What is good, everybody? It's BBKDRAGOON coming at you today with my impressions of Battlefield 5. EA was kind enough to send me a code I've been playing since last Thursday, and let's just dive right into this, my pros and then the cons. First of all, Battlefield 5 is an overwhelming experience. Between the audio and the visuals, this is one of the most impressive games from a visceral standpoint. There is no chance you can play this game for an hour and not stop at certain moments and just be in awe. The sound design is exceptional. You know, a plane's diving above you, you hear it accelerating, the screech as it gets louder, and then a tank blows up on your left as a squad mate is yelling to your right. Pair that with the visuals that are off the chart. Something happened between Hardline and Battlefield 1 where DICE just figured something out to make the game look beyond good. And Battlefield 5 is easily one of the most overwhelming experiences from a first-person shooter standpoint on the market, hands down. If you were to show 10-year-old Dragoon Battlefield 5, my mind would be blown. Because even at this age, in this modern time, I still have moments where I can't believe what I'm playing is happening in real time, and this is an FPS experience available to people right now. Now, granted, you can have the greatest visuals and audio all you want. What comes down to a good game is a good game, right? If it's great to look at, awesome, but if it doesn't play well, then it doesn't really matter. And this transitions into another big positive, the flexibility of Battlefield 5 having a bit of a delay. There was concerns for those of you who played in the beta and those in the alpha regarding a couple design decisions and that gunplay. I can say tweaks and improvements have been made since the beta, and I think it is an improvement across the board, especially when it comes to gunplay. Now, there are still some setbacks. SMGs are kind of deemed useless right now, and there are a few design decisions that they're obviously going to need to tweak. Ammo economy and certain, abilities and items in your inventory. But that is the kind of stuff that you're going to see worked on over the course of the lifespan of the game, right? Those are balanced patches and tweaks that you'll see. The delay, I think, truly gave them a chance to launch with a much better foot forward than they would have had if it was the original launch date. Another thing that's great for the game, right now it appears that there are no microtransactions in there. It is so weird having an EA game where you're looking at all the items going, so I earned this by just playing the game? And I'm not going to spend my money to buy a different currency? No. You just play the game right now to earn the items from within. And again, I don't feel like that's what anybody would expect from an EA product. You transition this into what is probably going to be the biggest selling point long-term for Battlefield 5, and that is the free ongoing support. We no longer live in an era of Battlefield Premium, and thank goodness that is the case. You're going to be getting new weapons and new maps, as well as that Battle Royale game mode over the course of Battlefield 5's lifespan. Does it sort of stink that we have to wait until next spring for the Battlefield 5 Battle Royale mode, BR mode for Battlefield? That's a lot of B's in there. Yes, it does, because honestly, this is one of those best feeling FPS games out there with a high player count. So many other shooters with high player counts would love to have it feel as good as Battlefield does. It just is set up so perfectly for a rock solid BR. Again, the fact that they're delaying it might be a pro, might be a con, depending on what type of player you are. I'm happy to wait for it if it comes out and it works well. This brings us into the cons, however, and that free support can be seen as a bit of a detractor. That free support means that a lot of DLC weapons and maps are going to be coming over the coming months, and that has spread out the content quite a bit. You may not be seeing the same breadth of options and items that you would have at the start of the game's lifespan. You're going to have to be waiting. It's going to be sprinkled in over the next year, and that in and of itself is a trade-off. It's not the premium era, which, again, I'm really glad that it's not. But if you're coming into this and you want to have like the same roster of weapons that you expected in Battlefield 4, not going to be the case. The other con is what I mentioned at the start, the impressions of it being more akin to a Battlefield 1 than a Battlefield 4 or 3. What I can say is it plays so much better than Battlefield 1, but it is still more similar to a Battlefield 1 type experience from map design than it is your urban tight space Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. Yeah, there are urban maps on Battlefield 5, but the gameplay is going to resonate more so with those large, open, outdoor play spaces And the weapons that you're using are going to feel more, I guess, I hate to say like the period piece that it's set in, but yeah, you're gonna be fighting against the weapons here and there. Is the sandbox tuned for fun? Yeah, this is not tuned for realism. This is tuned for fun. And the more I played it, the more I realized the small, subtle design decisions that they've made in 5 outclass Battlefield 1 by a mile. My final complaint here is the UI. They've gone with the same UI design that they did in Battlefield 1 with that ultra-thin text. It's a very minimal, clean look, but I find it tough to just get into the actual meat and potatoes of changing weapons and classes, and the UI still feels slow and sluggish. Ever since they sort of made all the Battlefield games have this implemented UI and you can just switch from game to game right within the menu, it just hasn't felt as good as some of the older experiences. Again, Battlefield 3 and 4. But that's my 2 cents on the game right now. Honestly, it's a good Battlefield title, and I think you're going to get a lot of time out of it. If you hated Battlefield 1, realize this is going to have some similarities, but you're getting the benefit of that free support over the next year, doing away with the premium side of things, and ultimately, I just think DICE has a good experience here that can unfold onto a lot of great playtime. Is it better with friends? Absolutely. If you're a pure solo player, you want to keep that in mind, that this game really is about working with your squad. And if you're always playing with randoms, that might impact your experience negatively. That's what I think. I'd love to know what you guys think about Battlefield 5. Let me know about it in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, hit that little notification alarm bell. Sub boxes have been pretty borked as of late. Follow me on Twitter, @BBKDRAGOON. I love talking to you guys there. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll talk with you next time.
We now control enough objectives to sway the outcome of this battle.